What's up, guys? It's Mr. Javid, and today we're back on the Pokemon Showdown server. We're gonna be using Galarian Moltres today, and yeah, shout outs to Cars234. I believe he said he either used a team building process to create this, or he suggested that I may use it, or if I could build the Moltres. I'm not sure, but either way, we're gonna get right into it. Pretty fun-looking team, and it's Double Dance Moltres, so. It would have been nice if there wasn't a clef here. In a Tyranitar, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see, 1752, cool. SD Lando is really problematic for my opponent. If that's not unaware clef, it might just solo him. That, and he has to get the prediction correct every time with Lele. So I'll need to overwhelm his Tyranitar. If I overwhelm his Tyranitar, I just murk him with Lele and Moltres. So how do I overwhelm a Tyranitar? Lele once force him to make the prediction, and then it's pretty much a done deal from there. Or I could start the game with Lele, but that leaves me in an awkward spot versus quite a few members. So this is one of those cases where he's like, okay, well, if you look at the defensive end of my team, Slowbro is very difficult for him to KO, almost impossible. Volcarona is very difficult for him to stop once I get going. He'd have to depend on Tyranitar. So what I'm gonna do here, solid start. Can't speak. Solid start. Latios tend to be specs, so they could trick or Draco hard. He actually psychics hard, which surprises me, but I'm going to Moonblast here. You never go Pex. Yeah, you go T-Tar every time there, which is what I wanted. So now that's a big deal, especially if he leaves it in. Oh, he goes Drill. That's a blessing. Disagree with the Drill play completely, because you never 1v1 Slowbro, no matter if you SD here. So you'd go Pex there to take the hit, unless you wasn't sure if I was choiced. And so unless this Clef has something in store for me, which I'm assuming is the case, because why would you double switch to Clef? Maybe Trick or but I don't know. Just gonna go hard Melmetal, Thunderbolt. So he's probably Orb Bolt. Of course, we get Parrot there, but that's fine. That's a free EQ. Okay, it does good damage. I'll take that. I'll take that as likely gonna be seeing a knockoff. Now, let's see where we are, right? We assess that Lander's big problem. The Latios, I'm not sure what it is. But we need rocks up pronto. So what I'm gonna do is Quake again. He actually, that's annoying. That is annoying. That is annoying because I know he's gonna knock. He gets a crit there. Hopefully we get like something for our troubles. Should knock again. I don't want Melmetal in, but okay, excellent. So we get Lele in here. He could knock here. It's free. He scalds though. That's best. That's great for us. Now is Moonblast here. Okay, that's great. So now I can Psychic freely, which is a huge deal on Slowbro. Now his Clef got a lot of mileage, which it shouldn't have, but okay, he's giving me the extra drill. Okay, excellent. So that means that Volcarona just Quiver Dances. He's getting impatient, especially because it's Knock Pex. If it's Knock Pex, then you know it could be last move Haze. It's possible. That's sometimes a thing. We've seen that it's Thunderbolt. I doubt it's Bolt Beam. And if it's Thunderbolt, is likely an offensive variant. So all we need would be some damage, and then we Quiver Dance. And that's that, honestly. Do I need rocks? It might be helpful versus the Pex. See what he does. Yeah, he's probably offensive. We'll give up Lando because it's not useful. Yeah, and so ESD here. and Stone Edge. No drawback to that sequence. That wasn't even a prediction. If he left this Clefable in, it was a wrap. If he didn't, it was a wrap. And so if we connect this Stone Edge here, the game is done. But if not, then obviously we have Lele, and we have, because he should be a bulky Torn. A bulky Torn never, not even offensive Torn will kill me at 75. So he'd need to hit, get the hacks, and I'd have to miss Stone Edge. In Jam's world, I won't even say the thing. We're gonna hit. Landers is just gonna hit. Come on, man. You know, I just played a game and I timed out and was winning it with the same team. Come on, man. All right. So we back. Nice. So yeah, that's game. Should forfeit here. My man's in this. I respect him. Obviously, he can't get past Lele. So sidekick here. I respect it. He plays till the end. Oh, yeah, he forfeited now. But I don't know why he didn't forfeit the first time. If he were gonna just forfeit after the picks, you know? It's just principles. But pretty cookie cutter game there as far as, like, you know, overwhelming the Tyranitar, because I understood that was the key factor. He played the drill poorly. Especially, I think he overvalued it, and that's something I do see from time to time. Where, like, if you have an Excadrill and you built the team around Excadrill, but you're facing a team with a Slowbro and a defensive Landers, chances are your Excadrill is just not going to do very much in that game. I understand Drill is what you built the team around, but you need to understand that this value of Drill isn't the same in every game. So in a game like that, it would be pretty low value, even though it's the thing that your team centralizes around. That's why you have additional sort of, you know, support members. And so Lele can rip him apart, but just need to make the correct play, because Pangoro is a monster. Like, if I catch his Blissey one time, Moltres can come through, can really mess him up. Melmetal is pretty hard to counter, but he has the Moltres. So there's gonna be future sight switch-ins are Blissey, Tran, and Pangoro, all of which get smacked by, I think this Landers is gonna be my mon here. Landers can easily beat my opponent if that's not a unaware Clef. Very interesting game, this one. I don't deal well with Polt. Actually leads. Please fucking hit. Please hit. Because I know he's staying in. My gut says he's staying in here, even though he should never do so. Clef is not the counter. Because I think this is his rocker, but my hand is forced. See what I'm talking about? So now, if he has... Oh, that miss mattered so much. Fuck. Well, it makes the live more interesting, right? Okay. It makes the live more interesting for the audience. Let's view it that way. Slowbro is very difficult for him to take down. But his Blissey, with Melmetal, if Melmetal goes, Blissey is almost impossible. Like, Landers here, I'm really tempted to stand in double Iron Bash because I do think he's gonna knock. And if I get rid of this Pangoro, my game's opened up significantly. I don't think Slowbro dies to any one hit. So if he knocks or Ice Punches, he CCs. Excellent. So he wants that Melmetal gone. So Future Sight on Tran wouldn't be the best situation for me. I'd much rather teleport. Future Sight doesn't serve me. I wouldn't have minded actually. I wonder. Landers is really good, but do you toxic me here? This actually was a misplay. Lando's too good to risk getting toxic. I have better stealth rock options. Especially if he teleports here, that would be annoying. Okay, that was actually a misplay. Ice beams. Okay, I'm glad that I switched now. So now, you know, obviously he doesn't want to get double Iron Bashed. So we pivot back on Landers to cover Moltres. And then we get the stealth rock up. Because otherwise he may die. He doesn't know what kind of Landorus I am. So scouts out the Earthquake. Now he's in a position of power where he can go for knockoff. I only have one Dark Resist, and that is the Mole King. I'm gonna have to get some mileage out of Moltres here. I can't avoid it. He has Darkest Lariat. Okay, please freaking hit the move. Thank you. It would have been nice to hit Clef. Ice Beam, interesting. So things get interesting if he gets overly comfortable with this Blissey, and you're gonna see what I mean in a bit. He has Ice Beam, has to have Soft Boiled. He might have Seismic Toss, so he might not have Teleport, or he might not have a status move. I wonder which one it is though. So Thunder, okay, and he's leftovers on the Blissey, which is good for us because he's taking boots damage. I'm just thinking, well, if Moltres pivots here, I'm gonna double to Lele. Yeah, he does go Moltres. Tough turn here because like 9 times out of 10 you go Pangoro here. But if, let's say, he doesn't, I get to... No. Man. If he goes to Pangoro, he gets what he wants. But he doesn't know that I'm choiced. So I think you'd go to Lele or stay in here. Yeah, nice. That's huge for my Melmetal. So we get to Moltres here. Covers for the Roost. Because we get to Nasty Plot here. And... let's see how much this is doing. 31. Nice. Because I get Berserk after this. 31 plus Berserk might do him in. Please do not Hax. That's all I ask. Thank you. And so now we Fiery Wrath for free. Oh, he's unaware. But his Blissey is low enough to where... Damn, that's whack. He's unaware. Okay. Upside is... no, we do get to pivot to Landorus. See, Ostra Heatran. He doesn't have a ground resist, so unless it's a Scarf Tran, which it could be. Okay. Get to Swords Dance here to cover. I wonder what he's gonna do. Okay. Should never leave it in, but Clef. Ooh. Okay. So unaware Clef, which isn't great, as we found out it was unaware Clef already, but still not great. We just need to time this correctly. Right. And so Pangoro. How important is the Moltres? I mean, it's stopping me from... Now you see the hit on Moltres. I guess I'd have to give up one either way. It's just a matter of... Because, like, for example, if he goes to Pangoro here, he gets a KO. Especially because he's Lariat. He's probably Lariat and knockoff. If I pivot into my Galarian Moltres on his Pangoro, he does go to it. Which I figured this would be that time. But Landorus is too important. Especially because it doesn't die. So I have to give him Moltres. Good stuff on his end. I'd have to hit this Focus Blast. Because Landorus being in... Well, maybe not. I'll EQ here because I know he's gonna leave it in. Wow, that did a ton to me. Shit, that did way more than I expected. Not like it really like game-changingly, you know, but that did way more than I expected. So we get to EQ here. Should go Clef, but I get him to sack the Moltres. Dragapult gets to come in here and have to deal with Melmetal. Now, I should have just made the call with the Galarian Moltres. I just think that he's a max defense. I can't tell. I think he is max defense. I don't think you'd be taking. Though I think he might be taking that little. I don't know. I just disagree with the Clef play here. I could have went to Slowbro, to be fair. Like for example, right here, because you went Clef, you lose a Mon now. Yeah, should have never went Clef there. So now we're in like a pretty powerful position because all we do is go Melmetal, force Clef in over and over, and then we just pick up KOs. We no longer need Slowbro, so Lariats, which is a good play. We teleport, and we just EQ. Pult's likely to come in here because it's the one thing that can take a hit. But he goes Clef. The problem with Clef is because he could double too. I could see him doubling to Pangoro here. Clef can't knock me out with Moonblast, so he has to Moonlight. Yeah, but he doesn't. So I kill Clef. And here comes Pult. I no longer need Landers, so I won't let him do any goofy stuff like that. But since he's physical, it works out for me. I don't need Volk, but I don't want him Dragon Dancing because Volk can't KO him. So I'm thinking, who I want less, Lele or Lando. I think Lele doesn't beat anything, so sack Lele, go Melmetal, and double Iron Bash. Can't miss, guarantees the KO, and if he gives up Pult, then he just loses to anything else, right? And so yeah, if he goes what's his face, I just sack Volcarona. If he goes Dragapult on the Volk, I just hard switch to Melmetal. I mean, if he doubles Dragapult here, I just hard switch to Melmetal. The Darkest Lariats, as he should, which should seal the deal. Because Pult lives one, but the question is, do you double switch out to Pangoro here? I'd double switch here. Like the Melmetal switch just guarantees you the game. Like guarantees loses you the game. Trying to think. Yeah. Thought it was guaranteed there, but I don't regret sacking Lele. He plays relatively high risk, and the fact that I'm taking so long means that he's gonna switch to Pangoro. Because he already feels like psychologically he's lost. So he's like, okay, well, I'd rather go out making the double than to make the safe play if I've been struggling to even work myself into game up to this point. So I'm gonna Earthquake. Yep. Psychology 101. So yeah, I enjoyed that game. Moltres has been doing his thing. Flinched that Blissey down like a champ. The unaware Clef blew my vibe. But the flinch, You know, I missed the hurricane, the very crucial hurricane. Flint chance is the equivalent of the hurricane mischance, so we're even. Maybe agility Moltres here with rocks up can sweep my opponent. Yeah, I'm gonna try really hard with Moltres this game. Alternatively, overwhelm with Lele, but the beautiful thing about it is Lele forces in Heatran, which Moltres needs whittled if it's gonna agility. And it also overwhelms Heatran for Volcarona. Melmetal almost guarantees a KO unless it slanders. You'd never position yourself to where you're at the mercy of my Lele, because it's too problematic. So I'm staring down Dragapult, Rillaboom, maybe Dragapult, Rillaboom. I'm gonna try to sweep him with Moltres. So phase 1 is gonna equal Stealth Rocks. A little annoying with Lale, but very little value lost on a Lando lead. He could be Rocks, but I think he's Scarf. Even if he is not, I still think he's Scarf because he just outsped me in Toxic. So he just outsped me in Toxic. There's one thing if he Toxic'd. So I'm thinking he's gonna switch here first and bring in Rillaboom, which I want to be positioned versus. He brings in Pult. This guy is either the greatest to ever do this, or he's the worst to ever do this. Now it's leftovers Pult, so it can't kill Lele. I know this, unless it's a physical variant. So he's likely gonna just U-turn here, or just hard switch to his Heatran, both of which are perfectly fine for me. We Side Shock for free here. Nice. As I said, we overwhelm Heatran for Volcarona. The fact that the Volk is such a bulky variant that opens up my Bug Buzz, so Finny isn't as easy to deal with. But as I said, Galarian Moltres is going to have a party. I think he's probably aware of the fact that I'm trying to overwhelm him with my Tapu Lele. This is going to be the final game of the live as well. Several just win cons here, man. Lele is just so handsome. And so it gives me Tran, or we're about to have something else take this hit. I disagree with his rocks. Like the only, well, I guess if you want to punish Lando repeatedly, and you don't want Lele to switch in repeatedly. Problem is you can't kill Lele very easily without going to maybe Rillaboom. You probably try to see if I was Scarf Lele with switching out the Pult. But if you're leftovers, Pult is too weak to kill Lele in one go. And these are just head calcs. If you're leftover Shadow Ball, which doesn't exist, he can't kill me. So leftovers Hex is possible, or Phantom Force. That's why Knowledge Pillar is so important, guys. So there's the Rillaboom, as to be expected. And at this point, you can't guard against my Melmetal's Double Iron Bash at all. So I'm pretty sure that Scarf Toxic Lando, especially because it was Rocks, what's his face. So at this point, he can't let my Volcarona just come in for free. And so he's going to likely go for U-turn here. U-turn, I just realized he has 3 turns. Slowbro's purpose here is to do what? I'm open to it. If he glides, then I'm good. So it's funny if he, no, it doesn't matter. We'll just take the next kill. So teleport here and give him Slowbro. Slowbro the one. Oh, yeah, I don't think Slowbro is as good as Lando here. So he knocks, and I'm gonna take another one. Now we can sidekick. He might go Finny, but at this point, you know, he's at my mercy. Maybe he predicted. I don't want to understand the SD. Maybe he just wasn't gonna give up. Maybe he just wasn't going to use the Rillaboom, or hoping that I'd choke and go to Melmetal, and so you could get an SD heavy hit off. Okay, that makes sense if you feel like you're already in the back, or if you always already feel like you're not gonna get much mileage. So Polt comes in. As I said, this should not be able to knock me out, but he brought this in mad confidently, so it could be the physical variants about to Shadow Force. Whatever the case may be, Melmetal should be 100% safe. I'm just thinking if this is the time I want to use it. Yeah, I don't see why not. It's U-turn, so I could have gotten another kill there. But positionally, you can't beat my Melmetal. Like, what are you gonna go to? You can go to Landers and pray. You U-turn. You're too far in the back. But I like leftovers. I mean, I like the stealth route, because soon I'll be able to just quiver dance. Goes to Polt. So this is Hex. Like, you would never make that play unless you're Hex Polt. Okay. Yeah. So I get to bash here. Bash somebody's head in. He could be Wisp. And he just doesn't want Polt gone, because it's the only thing that guarantees to take. If I'm special Volk, if I'm Giga Drain Volk, it's the only thing that could save him from me. But his Finny does actually save him. That's why I'm keeping my Lele, so that the Finny can't boost too much. Specs Lele Side Shock hits hard. I actually don't want Melmetal taking a bunch of damage here. Ideally, you'd sack Finny. I'd love that. I'd love that. Goes to Landers. Gonna hurt. This might bring him down to where you can't switch in on rocks. No, it's not the case. If I were he, I'd definitely go for EQ now. But even if he doesn't, I'm in a good spot. Okay. So now I'll give up Landers. Because I have the Moltres. Well, maybe not. Let's see what he goes to first. If he goes Lele, he has to Moonblast. She gives me a free quiver dance. This might be over. I'm surprised he Lele, unless he's not choiced. I would say it's How am I planning to wrap this up, Finny? Yeah, I think because he goes Finny here. I mean, if he goes Finny and I'd go Polt hard, thinking that okay, well, at least I know I can take a hit. Not a fan of Bug Buzz here. Like if it's Giga Drain, if I was Giga Drain, he went Finny. Okay, so I'm guessing it's a Side Shock variant then, and it's Choice Scarfed. Oh, that blows. If he's Side Shock, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, this blows. Good play there, because he knew I'd quiver. Good play. Yeah, that was well done. Well done. Now this is bad if he wins the tie, or if he hits the Focus Blast. Melmetal might live. This has got actually very interesting. I can lose now. If he wins the speed tie, and if, man, I did not expect that. I thought I had guarantee, but I guess I didn't consider Calm Mind. Question is, do I risk the speed tie or do I risk the Focus Blast miss or him killing? Let's see how much Tapu Lele does to Tapu Lele. OU Choice Specs. Melmetal. OU Assault Vest. Yeah. Focus Blast does 55 to 65. Pretty low chance to kill. Pretty low chance to kill. And he has to hit. He could be a taunt variant, no Focus Blast too. Which would be great for us here, because then we keep Melmetal, which is great for Finny. Best case is the miss, but he just didn't get the roll. Downside is, well, I guess him going Lando isn't the worst thing in the world. So we escape with the skin of our teeth. And so this gets real interesting here because now we're playing with Moltres hitting Hurricane. Now we're playing with Moltres hitting Hurricane. I'd assume you'd U-turn here. U-turn here into Finny if I go Moltres, which I want. Okay, so we're gonna Moltres here. Oh, he hexes. That's actually kind of nice. So shit gets real interesting here, and it's been interesting all game, right? Because depending on what he does here, he might have Draco. He has U-turn hex. You know, I might have stab. If I agility, what I'm gonna do is agility first. Oh, what the fuck? Who does that right there? That means I could have killed his damn Polt. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I wish I killed his Polt. I won for sure if I killed it. Now he's gonna switch. I need to hit. He Draco'd. Why would you Draco there? Please fucking hit Moltres. I'm asking a lot here. Oh, why would you Draco there? Polt is necessary. Oh my fucking god. Alright, so this is not good. Oh, my opponent choked and it paid off. Oh, he choked and it paid off. Oh, he's gonna U-turn here. Yup. He choked and it paid off. Fuck. Yeah, I lose now. Like, if he gave me Polt there, he lost for sure. But he sacks Lando here, so maybe there's hope. No, he choked and it paid off. Like, never you leaving Polt there. Man, that's frustrating. That is frustrating. But I gave him this game here. The reason I wanted to Hurricane into Finny there is, depending on what his set is, he could have... no, he couldn't have. I actually misplayed there, because I'm thinking Finny is going to get the terrain. But Lele is going to have the terrain advantage. So I actually just threw the game. I'm used to Finny coming in on Lele and taking the side shocks well and then draining kissing. But if I just Fiery Rast there and he went to Lele, when Finny, I just go hard Lele. Yeah. I probably could have sacked Millman. No, it wouldn't have worked. Yeah. Maybe you'll choke here, and I don't know. You can't choke this. Yeah, I choked it. That was actually super funny, but also like, of course. So, you know, leaving up to Hurricane. Obviously, with the Hurricane, we win, but it should never have been left up to Hurricane. I didn't expect Thunderwave. I thought he had Will-O-Wisp, so that slipped my mind when I agility'd. Actually, no, I agility'd. But I didn't even need to. That's what the point was. I didn't need to agility. I could have just Fiery Wrath. So I just threw that game away when it was in the bag. So, yeah, I made mistakes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed Galarian Moltres the Beast.